Digital Romance TV.
Hey folks, how are you? This is Mike and Nora laughing.
Hi.
Hi, we're laughing. You're never going to know the joke that we were laughing at. It's our own private joke that we're not going to give to you because we need to keep something for ourselves sometime, okay? Just sometimes. Nora, what is our question today?
How long should you wait to call after a first date?
People
and I love
call?
that this. I think it means to say that word call, C-A-L, is actually spelled T-E-X-T
Yes,
these days.
It is kind of funny because it's so rare that anybody actually calls anybody these days.
Right.
Especially if you're under 30 or so, which I'm not. I'm old and you're old too.
Yeah, but I still use, I mean, I would probably post on somebody's Facebook or text them.
Time.
Yeah, before I would call them.
You know, we've all seen the old
calls
movie.
people?
I'm sure we've all seen the old movie Swingers, unless maybe I'm dating myself at this point, where of course he calls like 19 times right after the date goes on. You know, in Text the Romance Back, I actually have a whole section where I talk about texting right after you start dating somebody. And you can learn more about Text the Romance Back by going to the link that's on your screen here. It's a great little program there. But the main thing is like not to get caught up in the timing too much. I actually often will tell somebody to text, not call, but text, really often right after the date.
Sure.
Right near the end of the date, like 5 minutes after you've left. And we give a variety of types of texts you can send. One of my favorites is simply the best part text. Say if you had a really good date,
right?
Then you just do something as simple as, had a wonderful time tonight. My favorite part was the feel of your lips against mine.
Yes.
Looking forward to more in the future, right? And something like that is non-needy. You're not saying, what are you doing tomorrow night? You're not coming across as like, oh, I desperately need more from you.
Right.
You're simply showing that you appreciated what was going on there and that you're open to more at that point. Right? From there, you know, how often do you call or when do you call? People get all caught up in this whole like, you got to wait 3 days, you got to wait that, you got to wait
I think 5 minutes might be a little too quickly.
It can be for a, depending on the intensity of the date, right? Or the intensity of that first meeting. If you just had a first meeting where you just met in a bar, you don't want us to do that right away.
Sure,
you could
if you actually planned the date and went out and had a full, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but in general, there's no hard and fast rule except for, you know, don't call them the very next day. I would say in general, leave at least one kind of.
So it's okay to text 5 minutes later,
texting is not like calling. Texting is not like calling. I gotta tell you right now.
No, I don't actually.
Totally
I am not joking when I say that I don't really talk to people on the phone.
She doesn't talk to me.
Most
either.
of
We
my
work
relationships happen over text and Facebook message and Skype and messaging and.
Yeah, and what I like about texting, by the way, is you can have a much more casual conversation that way. Where you're mentioning something, asking something, but not having it come across as too intense. Oftentimes people will call up and they'll be like, okay, we're having a relationship on the phone now, as opposed to a simple, here's what I'm doing, here's what's coming on kind of thing, without demanding anymore. But anyway, you can text really soon after a date for a really casual kind of thing. Then I would tend to leave a day or two buffer before you follow up in any meaningful way.
Sure.
And especially before you ask for another date at that point. I'd say about a day and a half, 2 days on the outside to kind of do it. If they're non-responsive at that point, the best thing to do is kind of leave it go.
But what if they don't answer and then text you back?
They do or don't text you back?
They do text you back, but they don't answer your phone call.
If they text you back, then you can text them back.
Okay.
Some people just don't want to talk on the phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
Like, if I got a phone call, I'd be like, you're calling me.
Also, thing I just learned, 2 rings, they put you to voicemail. 4 rings, they don't have their phone on or they didn't answer the phone call.
Yes, there you go.
I just learned this.
And don't take it personally if you don't get a response. It's okay.
But, all right.
So if you want to learn more about Text the Romance Back and how to use that, please go to the link that you see on your screen. And otherwise, subscribe to the damn channel, please.
Give people a chance.
I'm sorry, I'm being
There's
mean
also
today.
a lot of other video bloggers, if you haven't figured that out yet.
There's so many others. We're like collecting all of our favorite advice people into one channel because we like doing that kind of thing. And please leave a comment down below. Hopefully a nice one, but mean ones are okay too. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
If you've got a cell phone in your pocket or purse right now, then you've got everything you need to create incredible romance and passion with the man or woman in your life at the push of a button. Go to digitalromance.tv/TRB to see Michael Fiore make an entire audience of women in the Rachel Ray Show swoon and learn how to use tiny little text messages to have the relationship of your dreams.